Wealth doesn't start with more income. It starts with control. Most people believe their financial problem is not making enough money, but after analyzing financial behavior, spending patterns, and long-term outcomes with the help of research and AI-assisted analysis, one conclusion appears again and again. Income is not the root problem. Control is, and until that is fixed, no amount of money will ever be enough. Today, I want to show you, step by step, what the data actually reveals about wealth and why most people never build it. Here's something most people don't want to hear. If tomorrow your income doubled, your financial stress would not disappear. Research consistently shows that when income increases without behavioral control, expenses rise to meet it. Not because people are stupid, but because money amplifies who you already are. More income with no control doesn't create freedom. It creates bigger habits, bigger mistakes, and bigger pressure. That's why so many high-income earners still live paycheck to paycheck. This is an opinion. This is pattern recognition. One of the strongest patterns revealed in financial research is something called autopilot behavior. Autopilot spending happens when decisions are not intentional. Not the big purchases, the quiet ones. Subscriptions you forgot about. Impulse purchases justified as small. Ordering food not because you want it, but because you're tired. Individually, they seem harmless. But together, they silently erase wealth. And the dangerous part? People don't feel broke because of them. They feel confused. They don't know where the money went. This is why control always comes before growth. Before investing. Before starting a business. Before learning high-income skills. Control means knowing exactly where your money goes. Not emotionally, factually. Research shows that people who track their money don't just save more. They think differently. Awareness changes behavior. And behavior determines outcomes. If you can't control a small amount of money, you won't control a large amount. Not because you're incapable, but because the habit was never built. This is where most advice online fails. People jump straight to make more money. But data shows something uncomfortable. People who skip the control phase and go straight to income often end up worse than before. Why? Because stress scales with complexity. More income means more decisions, more pressure, more responsibility. Without discipline, more money becomes more chaos. That's why control is not a restriction. It's a foundation. Based on long-term analysis, the order that works looks like this. First, control your money. Second, increase income intentionally. Third, build systems that remove emotion from decisions. Most people reverse this order, and that's why they stay stuck. Wealth is not built by intensity. It's built by structure. This channel doesn't exist to motivate you. It exists to analyze reality. If this perspective is useful to you, you may want to subscribe. This channel focuses on research, clarity, and long-term thinking. Every idea shared here is filtered through research, behavioral data, pattern analysis, and AI-assisted structure to remove bias and hype. Not shortcuts, not fantasies, just what consistently works. Because clarity is more powerful than motivation. If you're looking for fast money, this is not the channel. But if you want to understand why some people quietly build wealth while others stay stuck no matter how hard they work, this is where it starts. Not with more income, but with control.